Hello and welcome here to this episode of Survival Fit Adventures. Winter is coming fast, so on this episode, I am going to go through the 7 critical actions that you should take right now to get ready for winter. Everything from your vehicle, your home, and even a few things that most people never think about until it's too late. Stick around because tip number 3 is one of those small maintenance jobs that most people skip, and it can literally ruin expensive equipment overnight. So let's jump in. First up is one that I just completed, and it is tires. If you live somewhere where temperatures drop below 45 degrees, winter tires are super helpful. All-season tires harden off in the cold, meaning less grip and longer stopping distances. Winter tires use a softer rubber compound and a deeper tread pattern, as you can see here, that bite into the snow and ice. Also, check your pressure. Air contracts as temperature falls, losing about 1 psi per 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Underinflated tires wear out faster and also reduce your control. It seems simple enough, but that extra bit of traction might be what keeps you out of a ditch this winter. Oh, by the way, these 7 items are not in a priority order. As you watch this video, try to think of your top priorities getting ready for winter and drop it in the comments. I'm sure it will help someone. Number 2 is a battery health check. We're talking about cars, tools, smoke alarms. Cold weather drains batteries like nothing else. So start with your vehicle battery. Have it load tested. If it's over 3 years old, maybe don't risk it. Weak batteries tend to die on the coldest morning at the worst possible time in the year. Then we can go through your smoke alarms and carbon monoxide detectors. Get fresh batteries, no excuses. While you're on battery duty, check your flashlights, power banks, and emergency radios. When the power goes out, you'll be really glad you did. And speaking of power, there is one piece of equipment that can save your home during an outage, but it fails more often than you'd think. We'll get to that right after a quick but crucial step for firearm owners. Number 3 is firearm and tool protection. If you own firearms or even just tools with metal parts, condensation in the winter can just sneak up on you. When cold metal warms indoors, moisture forms and rust follows. So yeah, if you're walking outside with your tools and you come back inside to a warm, more humid place, it just automatically comes in, condensates, and it can cause rust overnight. So before winter sets in, clean and lightly oil your firearms or tools. Store them in a dry, temperature-stable area and toss in a few silica gel packs or a mini dehumidifier in your safe. Avoid over-oiling. A thin coat is all it takes to prevent corrosion and ensure reliability when you actually need them. Okay, remember that piece of equipment I mentioned earlier that you can have a whole house failure if you don't check these things? It's your backup generator. That's number 4. We're going to do a power generator check. If you wait until the lights go out to find out whether it runs, you are already too late. So start it up now. Let it run for 15 to 20 minutes under a load. Plug in a few devices and make sure that it's producing good power. Check the oil, fuel lines, and air filter. If it uses gasoline, make sure you have gasoline that has fuel stabilizer in it or add fuel stabilizer now. For propane or diesel models, verify that you've got several days of fuel ready. And please run it outside away from doors and windows. Every winter, people die from carbon monoxide poisoning simply because they tried to run one in a garage. Now, halfway through this list, you might think you've got your bases covered. But coming up next is one category that quietly fails in a lot of homes every winter, even though it's sitting right in your living room. That hidden weak spot is number 5, your backup heat source. If your furnace goes down, how long could you actually stay warm? For wood stoves and fireplaces, clean your chimney and stock seasoned firewood. This should go without saying, but there is many chimney fires when the temperature drops. So get your chimney cleaned or clean it yourself while you still can. For propane and kerosene heaters, inspect hoses. Test burn them outside or in your garage first, and make sure that carbon monoxide detectors are working. I showed this on the video that was about getting ready for a winter storm. You can check that out. Even a small electric space heater can save you if it's paired with your generator. The key really is redundancy. You want more than one way to stay warm, maybe 2 or even 3, if the grid or your main system fails. Number 6, warm clothing inventory. We want to focus on durability these days, do we not? Let's talk about personal protection and your family's protection, your winter clothing. Go through your gear now, not during the first cold snap. Check your coats and boots and gloves and hats and other thermal layers, long underwear. Make sure they don't have damage. Make sure they fit well. You don't want things too tight because that actually loses thermal capacity. So you want these things to be ready to go and useful. Don't wait. If you need to replace items, look for durable materials like wool and high-end synthetics that retain warmth even when wet. Build a proper layering system. Base layer to wick moisture, mid layer for insulation, outer shell for wind and water protection. And double up on gloves and socks. Those go missing faster than any other piece of gear. Make sure you have multiples. And we know we have had 5 kids and we've lost a few over the years. Lastly, number 7, give your vehicles a little cold weather love. Switch to synthetic oil if you're not running it already. Synthetic oil flows better at freezing temperatures. Conventional oil looks like molasses at 20 below. Your engine gets lubrication faster with synthetic oil. It starts easier and your battery doesn't have to strain as hard. You know, you don't want that going on. If you have a snowblower or generator like I do, use synthetic blends on those too. They will thank you when the mercury drops. So those are your 7 critical actions to get ready for winter, but we're not quite done yet. Handle these before the first snow, and you'll be ahead of 90% of the people once the cold sets in. Now, before we wrap this video up, there are 3 bonus areas that you can add to your checklist. Number 1 is emergency food and water storage. Keep at least 1 week of non-perishable food and bottled water in case you're snowed in or you have a major outage. 1 week is a minimum, and I've done multiple videos on this subject. You can check them out on the rest of the channel. Number 2 is window and door insulation. Add weather stripping if needed. Draft stoppers. I've showed this as well. In emergencies, you can put these in, but if you've got a problem, fix it now. And you can add shrink film in order to keep the heat inside instead of just heating up the environment. Number 3 is vehicle emergency kit. This is another area that I've covered. Pack jumper cables, blankets, sand, kitty litter for traction, and a flashlight at minimum. All right, your turn. What's one thing that you always do in preparing for winter that most people forget? You can drop it in the comments below. And if this video helped you, hit that like button, send it to someone that you think needs to know this stuff. Subscribe for more preparedness and maintenance guides, and stay warm out there. See you next time.
Or if you live in a humid area, a mini dehumidifier, silica gel packs, or a mini dehumidifier, and toss in a few silica gel packs